Miss Tammy. I know, right, y'all? My face is beat. Just trying to get ready, just for the Father's Day. Just doing some things for um, my boo and, my son, and there's some of the fathers. I know that it's late. I got on late only because of just trying to get things together. Yeah, how y'all like my makeup, right? I look different, right? Yeah, so, I'm trying to get myself together. I don't do much. I just work. But I wanted to get on today to talk about labs. Yes, I want to talk about labs. And again, we've been having conversations on labs, and some of the girls and I were talking, and we were talking about, people trying to get cleared on their labs, and they're seeing different things on their labs, and what could possibly be changing their numbers. Like, I think a lot of us are having issues with, like, maybe our white cell count is up, our PTT and our INR might be up. There's a few things that you ladies need to know that could actually start to affect those numbers. If you're drinking, stop drinking. That will raise your PTT and your INR. Yeah, your blood clotting ability. Those numbers are going to go up. So people been wondering why, I went and take my labs, and my PTT and is up. If you've been drinking, that could raise it, right? And then we start talking about people talking about iron levels, right? What about my iron level? How do I get my iron level up? Taking too much iron will lower your iron, ladies. Your body will have an excess of iron, and it'll start to empty it. And so that will also lower your iron count. So too much is not always good, So I try to tell people, let's keep it real simple. If we can't get a lot of that from what we're eating, again, I'm an advocate for telling you guys, get your information early so that you don't have to do these real quick remedies. I had a young lady who ended up in the hospital because she manipulated her iron levels. And people keep saying, how can that happen? Well, just before her test, she drank liquid iron. She was going to take her labs, and she drank a lot of liquid iron, and did a lot of the iron. So iron is there, I think maybe it was 2 days or so, because I had to talk to her mom. She ended up down here in trouble. But one of the things was that she almost shut her liver down. Ladies, desperation. In desperation, we do some stupid stuff, when we're living in fear, and we were looking for quick remedies. And she ended up turning in lab work with a high iron level. But it was manipulated. It was false. After that, she almost ended in she ended up in a hospital for a couple of days. With her liver being in trouble, and her body trying to excrete all of the iron, right? And so, but she turned the lab work in, but that wasn't her true iron levels. And so what had happened was she ended up calling me while she was at the airport. And usually when I do rescues, or I come and get people where they haven't really connected with me, or I haven't talked to you prior, or you haven't gone through my process, I have a hard time because I don't know what's going on with you. But she called me at the airport, and she wanted to come to me, and she wanted to change her recovery house. And I was like, well, babe, when are you coming? And she says, well, I'm at the airport now. And I'm going, why are you changing so soon? She was like, well, I heard a lot about you. And, and I think it was because she knew what she had done, and she was scared. She was scared. And she wanted to be someplace where she knew that she would at least be checked, right? And that puts me at an inconvenience, because we're having near-death experiences, and you're expecting even me to be a miracle worker, right? And so she actually came, and some of those clinics, they do your pre-op and surgery all at the same day. So she was having that done, pre-op and surgery all at the same day. So things are moving fast, and I can't catch up with what's really going on with her. And so she went to pre-op, and she had a matter of hours, like an hour in between them telling us to bring her back to have surgery. And lo and behold, she had surgery. And when she came out of surgery and she went to Dr. Dalbeck, one of the most aggressive doctors here in Miami, like, you really need your shit together when you go to Dalbeck, you know, because they aggressive, you know. And she went to Dalbeck, and she got back out of surgery about 8 o'clock. And I was not here, and one of my nurses called me, and they were like, you know, she's losing a lot of fluid, you know. And again too, she was a CNA, and I think she underreported the situation. Fluid and blood is different. And that's why we ask you guys to bring extra chuck pads, as well as we will give you chuck pads, because we will change you often, because we need to see the color of your flow. We need to see how much you're draining. You know, we need to see what's going on with you when you lay down. It's very important. So we will change you often, because we want to see how much you're soiling, because that's a key indicator that something's probably going on. And the color of it, the color makes a difference too of your flow. You know, with this beet red, that's something else. And so with that being said, she was losing blood. And by the time you know, I was like, well, give her, you know, this, give her that, because, you know, I'm not there. My nurse will be in the morning, you know, about 4 o'clock that morning. I got a call again. And like I said, I keep a lot of nurses and stuff that come there as well to have their care. And one of the nurses that was there, she was the LPN, and she was a patient. And she said, she called me herself, and she says, you know, Miss Tammy, she is not in good shape. That is not. So we immediately called Dr. Dalbeck, you know, and they were like, oh, bring her in the hospital, bring her there at 10 o'clock in the morning. You know, he's going to be in surgery. No, she's going to the emergency room. You know, this delay in response, you know, with some of these clinics, like, we have to make judgment calls for ourselves. We can't trust in everything that they say and do. Like, we got to have common sense. So somebody else would have said, okay, we're going to wait till 10. They don't see that it's a problem. Hell to the no. We going to the hospital. Not immediately. Okay? And when we took her to the hospital, they immediately took her to the hospice unit. Yeah, this is no joke. They took her to the hospice unit, and I called her mom. And when I called her mom, that's when her mom shared with me what had happened, and that she had just gotten out of the hospital for an overdose of iron. Yet her mom told her not to come, so she say. But the whole time we're having conversations, you never once disclosed that your daughter just got out of the hospital 2 days prior to coming here for an overdose of iron. And ladies, we talk about the it, right? So we need to get to the nitty gritty of what's going on behind the scenes in this surgery role. We need to talk about that stuff that's going to save our lives. We can't keep glamorizing this shit, okay? It's pretty, it looks good and all of that, but what will we do for a Klondike bar? How far are we going to go? How far are we going to go just to get it? So, of course, I'm upset. Like, why didn't you share that information with me? But she was so grateful and so thankful that we acted, you know, and I think they put us in a position that they know that we're responsive and we're going to act. But again, we are not miracle workers. And she ended up on a hospice unit. She ended up with 3 blood transfusions. But she lived. And because I had to do an investigation of the reporting, I didn't want her to come back, so I sent her to another house, you know, and while I get everything and facts in order at mine, because what thing about it is, unprofessionalism, not having mistakes happen, is how you take care of them makes them unprofessional. Because shit gonna happen. You know, we're human and mistakes gonna happen, but I'm gonna be on top of it. And I wanted to know what went down. And of course that person isn't working with me anymore because of failure to report accurately of what it was that you were seeing. And so I took her to another house so that I can figure out what happened and put her someplace comfortable, you know, this and that. And lo and behold, we can save your life and we can do everything, but then you want to blame the surgeons and you want to blame the recovery house. But take responsibility for your actions. Never once did she take responsibility for what she did and how she put herself in an position to come down here damn near half dead already. And yes, ladies, she needed ass, right? I know she wanted ass all her life because she was flat as hell, okay? And I understand it and I get it. It was a dream. It was, you know, to what extreme do we go to? I get it. I understand that you wanted that ass because I tell you, I ain't never seen a black girl ass that flat, but I get it. You know, and this ain't saying a joking matter, but I can get the desperation. In desperation, what do? But we put ourselves in positions, and I keep coming on live and telling you guys this because it's not no joke. Let's stop doing those quick remedies. Let's stop doing those quick remedies. And every day I'll continue to get deeper, and we'll begin to dive deeper into it. Because this ain't for the weak, and this ain't for the cheap. And so weak comes in being weak-minded to the fact that we'll try anything. You know what I'm saying, though? And then there's no easy way out. Because we let fear drive us. And what is fear? Fictional experiences appearing real. We start making up shit in our minds. We start illusioning things and saying that, you know, I can get away with it. Then it makes us fucked up, insecure, emotional, and neurotic. So again, not only do you run a house, you become a friend, the doctor, the psychiatrist. You know, you got to pay money. So all these people talking about open up houses. That if you ain't invested in this shit, it ain't about the money. It's about being invested in the best interest of the people that you take care of. You got to be in the care of. You know, I call people, you know, I call their parents, I call their husbands, their boyfriends. I talk to them, I let them know that they are good. Because I do the above and beyond. That's why I say to another level. I take this thing to a whole nother level. Because it ain't just about ass and tits and coming down here. When you pick a house, you pick somebody that's going to take care of you. That's going to have your best interest at heart. I was listening to a young lady this morning, and she was on the phone, and she was telling her husband, because like I said, you know, I walked in and everything, and I was like, hey baby, how you doing? I said, you in pain, ain't you? And she said, yeah, Miss Tammy, I am. I said, I could tell looking at you. And she was on the phone, and sometimes I listen background, she was like, you know what? That woman just looked at me and knew I was in pain. Because we're talking about attentiveness, right? If I got too much going on and too many people in my house, I can't watch everybody, and I want my staff to do the same. I need to be able to see how you moving, because I'm seeing you from day to day. We documenting day to day. And if I see 1 minute you start to, I ain't gotta wait for big goddamn signs and get big booms and you're falling out to know there's something wrong with you right now. Baby, I don't like the way you walking. I don't like the way you looking. Let me check your hemo. Come here, let me get your blood pressure. I'm talking about being invested in you. So ladies, again, let's stop playing Russian roulette with this shit. Check yourself. Make sure you ain't doing no cutting no corners and stuff. That's when you get scared. Yes, with every surgery, I keep saying there's a risk, but we minimize the risk by doing the best that we can. You know, I don't get it, but I do. Because I'm a sister too. I get it. You know, I want to look a certain way. I want surgery, you know. This shit is becoming. It ain't the fact of who ain't doing it. Who doing it and who ain't doing it. Before we used to hide that shit. Be like, oh, I went to the gym and this and that. So now niggas in it, been getting surgery. This thing is getting, you know, big. So now we got to figure out to put safety precautions around this. This ain't no get up one day and the next day you're a new you. You know, what have you done to prepare yourself? Men getting ready to do that. Yeah, the other day my driver came back. He was telling me, you know, how he had seen this guy that was in there. He was waiting to pick up somebody, and the girl was picking up the guy. This time it said role reversal. She's picking him up, but she covering him from him. Oh, he had a tummy tuck, and my driver said he got up and his ass was bigger than some of the women that he picked up. So again, I ain't judging. I want me a Ken house. We got Barbie. I want me a Ken house. So if you men out there doing it, I got you. I don't discriminate. We taking care of you all, for the grace of God. You know what I mean? We ain't got to hide what we do. We ain't got to lie about what we got going on. They tell the truth shall set you free. And we know what to do with you, But I share these examples and these stories because some people say it's far-fetched, but it's the truth. It's the ugly truth. The ugly truth about what goes on in this plastic surgery world, right? And so each one teach one. So just coming out here again, like I said, I was late. I'm trying to do this little dinner thing for Father's Day, but I still am my sister's keeper. I wouldn't miss an opportunity to continue to reach out to you ladies and continue to talk about things, because people are not talking about it. We're not talking about the psychological and the mental thing that happens in the surgical world. Let's talk about it. This shit is like postpartum too, behavior changes, mood swings, all of that happens, and it's just not always a pretty thing, right? It's not a pretty thing, but we continue to talk about it and hoping that through the things that I say that some of you take a look at you. That's the whole purpose, is that we bring some awareness in hoping that you also become aware of where you are at. So when we talk about circumstances or situations, or I give little stories, I'm hoping that I stop somebody out there from doing the same thing or thinking the same thing, right? Again, let's recap. Let's stop taking medication prior to surgery. Because once it's in you, ain't shit you can do. And you don't know how it's going to affect you with the anesthesia. You don't know what kind of cocktail you making. It might be your last cocktail. So again, tell the truth. Tell the truth about what's really going on with you. If you don't tell them, definitely tell me. I tell my girls all the time, they know I'll pull y'all to the side, I'll come in, here come Miss Tammy, and I'll be, baby, can I talk to you for a minute? Yes. Come on, sweetie, let's talk for a second. Because I'm approachable, and I make it approachable for you to know that you can trust me. And trust the fact that the things that I'm going to tell you, because I have your best interests at heart. I want you to have this. I ain't hating. But I also want you to go back home to your kids and your family too. That's the main objective as well. And I love to, when I'm able to talk to family and they could just thank me. Even all some of those close calls that I've had with women that have ended up in the hospital, just to have, sometimes I question my purpose, right? I question sometimes, do I want to do this? Is this what I want to do, And God, why me? Like, why me? Why am I in this position to care like I do, And it gets overwhelming sometimes. But to see family come when they need to come, because maybe she ended up in the hospital, for the son to walk and hug me and say, thank you for saving my mom's life, then I know what I'm here for. So I don't know if anybody is passionate. Y'all mess with my makeup. Y'all know I know how to do makeup, so I better let this shit dry. Shoot. But for them to hug me and thank me, for caring or for being here, and I'm here, for anybody, and I wish that I could have more houses that care. And I'm not saying that none of them don't, but we gotta band together and we gotta go that extra mile. We, mediocre just ain't good enough. Just enough ain't good enough. We gotta do more, because people's lives are also in our hands, and we're in the care of, when people trust us to be there for them, and we just got to think different, People be like, Miss Tammy, do you even get any sleep and shit? Like, I sleep, and I sleep comfortably. But I sleep because I know I'm doing what God has me to do. And the energy and the motivation that I get because of you. Because I'm there. I got to be there for you. So, yes, I sleep when I can. I sleep peacefully. But most of the time, this is where I'm at. This is where God has me to be. So I don't know. I don't question. I just get up and I do. I get up and I do, and I just get up and I answer. And you know, you guys, for those that maybe had some delays in me responding, you know, the response is overwhelming. I need some assistance now, so charge it to my head, not my heart, if I'm not getting back to you in a timely manner, you know. But trust and believe, I'll shout. I'll be like, you know, and I ain't no texter. Y'all know in a minute I'll be like, call me. You know, I'll just shoot that number out, call me, you know, because I make myself accessible. I ain't got time for all that texting and stuff. You know, I'd rather, you know, put you on speaker and talk to you, you know, and make that connection. Because I have to make that connection with everybody. You got to feel my energy and I got to feel yours. So everybody that come in contact with me, at some point, you're going to talk to me. Because you got to know who you putting your care in. You know, if I ain't got time to talk to you now, imagine when I get you to my house. So if you got those that ain't responding back to you, ain't calling you back, and real short with you, you pay for what you get. You get what you pay for. Okay? So the script is already written from beginning. If you ain't got time to take out from me, you know, I try to make this thing a family thing, and you guys, my daughter is the one that does the booking confirmations and invoices. She just graduated. She's learning. She does, you know, be a little slow on the draw, you know, but I don't want to take that from her, and I don't want to disappoint her because she feels a part of. So again, be patient. You know, sometimes she might send y'all invoices and they might be a little like, no, just reach out to me and we'll get it straight. Some of y'all know I'll get y'all in three-way with her, and you know, and we'll talk that thing through. Because again, unprofessionalism is not making a mistake, it's how you correct the mistake makes it unprofessional. At any time, we like to make sure that our service and our brand stays at a high level quality. But again, we are human, and I know at times I'm not going to be able to please everybody either, but damn it, I try my hardest, you know, to make it. But again, you know, this ain't easy either, you know, and I'm here for the long haul. So I wanted to get on today. Next week, you know, there's some real tough conversations I want to have. But it's Father's Day. I don't want to hold everybody, and just want to say happy Father's Day to those ladies of you guys that are like me, are mother and father, you know, and have been for a long time. Kudos to you. Girl, get your mojo back. If you got that surgery coming up, you know, kudos to you. You know, I send out prayers, hugs, and love to all of you. And again, am I my sister's keeper? Yes, I am. Miss Tammy, I'm out. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Bye-bye.